With ordinary talent and extraordinary perseverance, they say that all things are possible. He is only the 7th man in Johnston High School history to reach the 1,000-point plateau, but it's how Ryan Anderson got to that milestone that makes him so remarkable. Ryan was born and raised in Rhode Island, and from a young age he loved the game of basketball. He attributes that to his family.
And then off the court I just have to say my father, because he was unbelievable at sports and everything. And he's my dad, so he taught me everything.
While he was always a successful player, it wasn't until his tenure at Ferry Middle School that he knew he could be something special. But it was also at Ferry where he suffered his first injury.
My first injury was 7th grade. I got Osgood-Schlatters disease, which is a disease in your knees when you get a growth spurt, and it ends up causing like arthritis and tendonitis. But that went away after a while through therapy.
Little did Ryan know that this would only be the start of his injuries. Less than 100 points away from 1,000 and plenty of season to go, it looked like Ryan had history locked up, but like his entire career, it couldn't go that easily.
Right when I felt it was the worst pain I ever felt in my life, easily. It literally felt like my knee came apart and just moved, and I was just in the worst pain, and I immediately looked right up at coach and I said, I'm done. And he was telling me, he's like, no, you'll be okay, but I knew right there that there was no pain in the world that could ever be worse than that, and that was just horrible.
Did you think a comeback was possible at that moment?
No, not at that moment, definitely not, until I went to the hospital that night. The doctor told me, oh, it's probably just a sprained knee, you should be back in 2 to 3 weeks. But then I went to go see my own doctor the next day and they told me I had a torn ACL, so I didn't think a comeback was possible at all.
ACL tears keep even pro athletes sidelined for a full year. Ryan's quest for history was in serious doubt.
Right when I left the doctor's office and he told me I had the torn ACL, I broke down crying, because literally as a basketball player, to score 1,000 points, that's what you want to do in high school. That's the main goal besides winning championships, and to come that close and get it taken away, it was just, I couldn't believe it. So I knew that I wasn't going to let anything stop me, and 2 days later I called my therapist to get back in therapy so I could start playing basketball again.
Ryan refused to give in to this injury. He battled through rigorous and painful rehab and prepared to do the impossible.
This is a Dishy Boy feature presentation.
Just 12 points shy of 1,000 entering a game against Davies, Ryan now sits 1 point shy of the mark. The impossible is about to happen. Unfortunately, it isn't strictly a happy ending. Ryan hurt his knee again while playing on it, doing more damage. The damage was great enough to cost him a chance at college basketball, and he may never be fully healed.
I was the team captain, and to play to get my 1,000 and then just quit on them, I felt that would have been pretty selfish. So after I scored my 1,000, we still had a shot at getting the 1 seed in the playoffs, and then playing in the playoffs too, so I knew I owed it to my team to just go out there and help them the best I could.
Now, while playing on that torn knee, you did re-injure it again. What was that pain like for you, and what were the repercussions of you playing on a torn ACL?
It was literally the same exact pain as tearing my ACL all over again. Like, I literally felt like I tore it all over again. But I ended up tearing the MCL, my meniscus, and the cartilage in my knee. But I didn't find that out until the day of my surgery. So, because it literally just felt like my ACL again. So I just iced it. I did whatever I did, like whatever my ACL, and I just went out and played. But going into surgery, they saw that it was a lot more. So my surgery that was supposed to be about 2 hours long ended up being like 4 hours long. And since then, my knees just haven't been the same because of it.
But despite the pain, the rehab, and his awful experiences, he would do it all again.
Do it again.
all day.
Why?
To get my 1,000 points, that was literally from my freshman year, stepping on the Johnson High basketball court. That's what I wanted. I wanted my name to go up on the banner, and I wanted to be remembered.